Hi, this is Jim from Trek World, and today I have a special treat for you. It is a restored version of a promo that was shipped by Paramount in advance of Star Trek the Motion Picture to video stores around the country. In addition to general video cleanup, I've also done a complete replacement of the narration voiceover and background music, as the original background music was subject to copyright claim. Space, the Final Frontier. Gene Roddenberry invites you to venture where few have gone before, behind the scenes of the making of Star Trek the Motion Picture. The film's planning spanned over 6 years before cameras started rolling on August 8, 1978. In total, 11 of Paramount's 32 sound stages were utilized to shoot the movie. Construction crews worked tirelessly around the clock on 21 separate sets to keep up with a tight shooting schedule. The large cast included not only human characters, but also 15 different alien life forms. The USS Enterprise, a star in her own right, received all the attention lavished on the greatest superstar. Magicam's Hollywood Studios built 2 models of the Enterprise, a larger 8-foot model for dry dock sequences and close-ups, and a 20-inch model with less detail for long shots. These models, created specifically for the motion picture to reflect 23rd century specifications of a newly refurbished USS Enterprise. It took 6 months to construct them from vacuum-formed plastic. Detail work continued throughout filming, with special effects director Doug Trumbull making additional alterations even as the Enterprise in dry dock was still being built. The model was impressive in its setting. The Enterprise received almost as much attention as a NASA spacecraft, although it seems unlikely that NASA maintenance crews used pink feather dusters. The Enterprise was set on the second of 2 dry docks, because the first, constructed when Star Trek was planned as a television movie, could not be used because of the perfection of tiny detail work needed for a theater-sized screen. And no, it's not space-age dentistry. Each tiny mirror reflects a pinpoint of light on the hull, sculpting the contours and highlighting the design. As the Enterprise prepares to leave dry dock for her encounter with a force which threatens to destroy Earth, she is a majestic craft. Among other models crafted by Magicam were the intricate space station Epsilon 9, destroyed at the film's beginning by the unknown threat. The Klingon battlecruisers met the same fate, but each of the dozen identical models was built with the same care as the Enterprise, with special attention paid to their blow-up ability. During filming, the Enterprise crew reacts with horror as the probe begins its examination of the bridge. From all appearances, rehearsals were equally frightening. The intensity of light was nearly blinding, and dark glasses were used by everyone in production. If you have any videos, photos, or documents that you would like to donate to us, please feel free to send them to jim@trek-world.com or submit them via the web at submit.trek-world.com. Now, on the Star Trek set, there is certainly a lot more to being an actor than signing autographs. The actors took trips, spent a lot of time hanging around, were frequently up in the air, and occasionally got punchy in scenes shot from the waist up. Shoes didn't really matter, but could this be 23rd century Starfleet footwear? And speaking of feet, no, it's not Bigfoot, it's just a Bigfoot part of a Vulcan statue. Bringing Vulcan to the screen involved a special film technique, the matte process, which joins live action with painted backgrounds by means of a special optical printer. The landscape of Yellowstone National Park was the model for Vulcan, with some of the early scenes actually shot at the park, but the majority of Vulcan's sequence was filmed at Paramount. Although the rest of the sets were created indoor on sound stages, Vulcan was filmed outside to match the outdoor quality of the light achieved during the Yellowstone filming. A background is painted with blank space left for the live action sequence. And then, when the live action is filmed, the background of the actual live footage is fused together to form a realistic completed sequence. Many artist renderings and models preceded the construction of V'ger, the most complex and extraordinary of all the sets. During rehearsals, live actors replaced the paper figures created in 4.5 weeks on stage 15. The set was built in a 360-degree circle with 9 sections, some of which could be removed to achieve different camera angles. Actors and technicians quickly learned to walk carefully on V'ger to avoid stepping through the plexiglass panes, which were part of the construction. Rehearsals for part of the sequence took place on wooden boxes to simulate the stepping stones which led the Enterprise crew to V'ger's heart. Nearly every light in Hollywood was used to create the spectacular effects of the film's climax, with specifically designed instruments underneath the set throwing ribbons of light through plexiglass panes. In the motion picture, the Enterprise crew included a new alien member, the navigator Ilia, from the planet Delta IV. Deltans are hairless except for their eyebrows and eyelashes, and for her American film debut, actress Persis Khambatta underwent an unusual transformation. Makeup supervisor Fred Phillips, associated with Star Trek since his first television pilot, was the natural choice to perform the delicate operation. Fred arrived at the final decision for the Vulcan ears, which became Spock's trademark. So you might say that one of his specialties is creating unique and unforgettable aliens. What does it feel like to become instantly bald? Persis's face tells us the whole story. And to keep her new look in perfect shape, a special present from Gene Roddenberry was given. There's no question about it. For Persis Khambatta, bald is definitely beautiful. Other alien characters appeared briefly at Starfleet headquarters in San Francisco and as part of the Enterprise crew, created by Gene Roddenberry, Fred Phillips, and the costume designer Bob Fletcher. These included Arcturians, who provide infantry for the Federation, Xeronites, who breathe fluorine gas and must wear breathing apparatus in Earth's atmosphere, Andorians, who also appeared in the Star Trek television series, and Canopians, whose additional brain structure enables them to communicate over long distances. As shooting progressed, the cast and crew would become very much a huge family. Special occasions, like Robert Wise's birthday, were celebrated by everyone on the set, but the largest crowd gathered to film the wreck deck sequence, in which the full Enterprise crew assembled to watch the unknown force the Enterprise would face. Over 300 extras were hired for a single-day shooting. 125 people on the set were Star Trek fans, invited by Gene Roddenberry and his assistant, Susan Sackett, to be part of the long-awaited film. The massive set, which took hundreds of hours to complete, was used only for one day and then dismantled. But Star Trek is more than movie sets, more than the television show, as the Star Trek experience continues.